Welcome to the news at 8 on Remo TV. I am Oyirinde Damlola. On our top story, accumulating debt for next generation is criminal, Obasanjo tells federal government. Chief Mr. Adeshina Omotayo Adeleye, installed as the Iya-Ijo of Cherubim and Seraphim Church, Ori-Apata, Ewo-Oluwo. I may return for Senate in 2023, Otumba Gbenga Daniel. JCI Remo, clean up Falawo market. Chris Rock, test positive for COVID-19.
Welcome to King Victor's Enterprise.
King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. He say make I tell una say una wey dey sell provision, noodles, groundnut oil and other food items there.
Èmi ni ìyálọ́jà Ìkẹ́nnẹ́ Mrs. Olúbùnmi Olúwọlé. King Victor is a nice son, because he's a son to me and he doesn't cheat.
King Victor Nigeria Enterprises àwa ni major distributors Honeywell, Golden Penny, King's Oil, Gino àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ti ń bá wa dòwò pọ̀ látẹ̀yìnwá wọ́n kígbe sàdánkátà fáwọn nǹkan tí wọ́n ń jẹ lọ́dọ̀ wa.
Sunana Mrs. Kehinde Akiola Folake daga cikin Ogere Market. Nan ne shagon customer na. Ni na ina zo in siya abu, yana siya abu daga hannun King Victor.
Come straight to King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. Gbogbo ẹni tó ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ òwò nǹkan oúnjẹ títà, àǹfààní láti ṣí sílẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ wa o. Máa gbọ́jà kó o máa sanwó ẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀. As you dey order for your market, piam piam piam, our motor don deliver am for your shop and we no dey put extra money.
On our top story, former President Olusegun Obasanjo has faulted the federal government's plan to source for fresh external loans. He said the federal government was accumulating debt for the next generation, describing it as criminal. President Muhammadu Buhari had on Tuesday submitted a request for approval to obtain fresh external loans of $4 billion and 710 million euros to the National Assembly. The request was in a letter read by Senate President Ahmad Lawan on the floor of the Upper Legislative Chamber. In the letter, Buhari explained that owing to emerging needs, there's a need to raise more funds for some critical projects. Speaking on the sidelines of an event in South Africa, Obasanjo said that if the existing debt is left unserviced or unpaid, it might become a problem for successive administrations. According to the former president, borrowing for recurrent expedition is the height of folly. If you want to build a commercial house and you go and borrow money, and you have 50% of your own money, and you borrow 50%, and in 5 years, you pay the 50% you borrowed, that's a wise thing to do, he said. But if you have to go and borrow money for you and your family to feed, that's a stupid thing to do. So, if you are borrowing for recurrent expenditure, it is the height of folly. If we are borrowing for development that can pay for itself, that is understandable. Then the payments, how long will it be to pay for itself? But we are borrowing and accumulating debt for the next generation and the next generation after them. It is criminal, to put it mildly. On local news, the Cherubim and Seraphim Church on Sunday installed prophets Iya-Iwe, Apostolic Mother, and Iya-Ijo. Chief Mrs. Adeshina Omotayo Adeleye, a businesswoman based in Shagamu, was installed with the highest title of Iya-Ijo. The installation, which was held at the church auditorium in Omogorisha Street, Ori-Apata, Ewo-Oluwo, Shagamu, had in attendance prominent people from all over Remo land. Amongst them were the new Iya-Oloja of Shagamu, Chief Mrs. Abosede Oduwaye, the Otun Iyalaje of Makun, presidents and members of Junior Chambers International, Chief Mrs. Sotad, to mention a few. The daughter of the celebrant, Adeleye Bintu Titilayo, said she thanked God for the installation and appreciates her friends who came from far and near. Still on local news, former governor of Ogun State, Otumba Gbenga Daniel, early this year joined the All Progressive Congress and was received by 5 APC governors as his Shagamu resident and was presented to President Muhammadu Buhari in March at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. On Friday, while delivering a speech at the just concluded political leadership training of the Political Leadership Training Institute, which is also the chancellor. He said he's considering contesting for Ogun State East Senate in 2023. Reports have it that shortly after OGB joined APC, there were speculations that he would be contesting for Ogun East senatorial polls in 2023. He said he had been under pressure to run for national offices in 2023. The former governor spoke at the Continuous Political Education Program of POLA with the theme Understanding Democracy, Quality Representation, and Political Management. He established POLA, a leadership and good governance training institute for youth and emerging leaders, shortly after he left the office in 2011. Speaking at the event, Daniel complained about poor representation of the National Assembly, especially from the Southwest. He said he had read news and watched videos calling on him to run for some national offices in 2023. He said the occasion was not meant to react to the clamor, but he agreed with the reasons allotted by his supporters. Finally, on local news, the Junior Chamber International of Remo cleaned up Falawo Market in Ogun State to mark this year's World Cleanup Day. The cleanup exercise started as early as 7 a.m. on Saturday with all the members of the organization on ground to effect the cleaning. The president of the organization joined Ambassador Mercy Ogunleye in an interview with our correspondent. Said the cleanup exercise, being the largest cleanup exercise in the world, is to encourage cleanliness. She also said people should endeavor to, at all times, make sure they have clean surroundings. The former president of the organization, joined Ambassador Babatunde Odumbaku, who also spoke with our correspondent, said this year JCI Remo will impact more lives positively with lots of activities lined up. He thanked organizations who supported them in the exercise, like the Shagamu Youth Association, which had the vice president, Comrade Olagoriola Ogungbe, with other members. The Babaloja of Falawo Market, in his remarks, appreciates the efforts of JCI Remo on behalf of all the market men and women.
Nǹkan tó dáa ni nǹkan tí JCI ṣe because àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ìlú tí wọ́n wà tí wọ́n mọ̀ pé ìmọ́tótó dáa láti lè ṣe sínú àwọn ọjà gbogbo gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n ṣe mọ̀ pé ọjà yìí ni ọjà àkọ́kọ́ ní ilẹ̀ Rẹ́mọ tí wọ́n dẹ̀ wá sí ọjà Fàlàwọ́. Nǹkan tó dùn mọ́ wa nú púpọ̀ ni nǹkan tí wọ́n ń ṣe ní àárọ̀ tí èní. Láìmọye ìgbà la máa ń rí pé àwọn ìjọba wa ta nídìí mọ́tò tó máa kólẹ̀ táwọn ọmọ ọjà máa kólẹ̀ tó máa kó sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ìsọ̀ but eléyìí táwọn JCI ṣe láàárọ̀ yìí ó dùn mọ́ wa nú púpọ̀ because wọ́n wá láti wá ṣe ìmọ́tótó, wọ́n tún gbé mọ́tò wá láti wá bá wa kó ilẹ̀ àti ilẹ̀ táwọn aráàánú ọjà tó ti kó sílẹ̀ wọ́n máa tún bá wa kó gbogbo ẹ̀. Nǹkan tó dùn mọ́ wa nínú ọjà Fàlàwọ́ tó dùn mọ́ wa nínú gan ni láàárọ̀ yìí ní ètò tí wọ́n wá gbé wá yìí. A dẹ̀ fẹ́ bẹ̀ àwọn ìjọba wa pé kí wọ́n ràn wá lọ́wọ́ láti lè gbé mọ́tò onílẹ̀ wá sínú ọjà Fàlàwọ́ láti wá bá wa máa kó ilẹ̀ táwọn ará ọjà tó bá ti kó jọ ní òrèkóòrè.
As a JCI, we usually have a project called, today is our World Cleanup Day, and we pick Falawo Market to be a place that we can clean because it's a market place. So we feel that the place is very quite dirty. So that's why we pick Falawo Market to come and clean the environment clean. There's some time where we feel maybe we are passing around the state road or any road that we feel we usually saw some dirty around that place. So sometimes we usually select our members to go and clean it up once in a while when we feel that the place is dirty.
On entertainment, American comedian Chris Rock has tested positive for COVID-19 and is urging his followers to get vaccinated. The comedian took to his Twitter page on Sunday, September 19, 2021, where he revealed his symptoms. "Hey guys, I just found out I have COVID. Trust me, you don't want this. Get vaccinated," he tweeted. Rock, 56, had been vocal in the fight against COVID throughout the pandemic and even surprised New Yorkers by appearing at one of former Governor Andrew Cuomo's press conferences to urge mask wearing. Rock joins the list of celebrities who have been infected with the virus globally. From Tom Hanks and his wife to comedian Kevin Hart, the list of high-profile people who have been infected with the dreaded virus appears to be rising. And that's it on the news at 8 on Remo TV. For more news updates, you can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at Official Remo TV. You can also visit our website www.remotv.com.ng. I am Oyemide.